Hello, guys, and welcome to the Beginner's Guide. I actually have had this game for quite a while because I bought the Stanley Parable like a year ago or something like that. And I decided to also get the Beginner's Guide because it seemed kind of cool and stuff. So, yeah, I never played it before. I don't know if you can mess up this game, but if you can, I definitely will. So, I hope you guys have fun watching me play this. Also, I love the menu sounds. I think that my desktop audio is a little too quiet, so give me a second. Oops. A bit louder. I hope it's okay. Widescreen. Yes, audio is on. In fact, finally normal controls again.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Reedon. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011. We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda. Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike. You can walk around here, by the way. And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment. But what I like is that even though he starts from the simple aesthetic of a desert town, he then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. And of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator. It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this? This is what I like about all of Coda's games. I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. So, it's 2008, Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet, he just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse. At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made, until suddenly one day, he just stopped. In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since. And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again. And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com. Okay, that's about it for introduction. Let's take a look at Coda's first proper game.
No.
As each game
I
is
wanna
loading,
keep
I'll show you the
walking.
date that it was completed. This first one was made in November 2008.
Damn. Loki reminds me of Portal. Oop.
This game is called Escape from Whisper, and it's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
The sounds. Oh no.
You can click to fire the gun.
Thanks for the tip. I would have never known.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life forms inbound.
It kinda looks like this game was abandoned mid-development. For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere, but then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh no.
But ultimately we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is. And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
Enemy force
I love how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
Hell yeah. Can I go here? No, of course I can. The sound is really annoying.
Apparently the space station has a labyrinth on it. Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
No! I wanted to try it.
Okay, this is the part that
is powering a whisper machine. We could disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
I know because I'm so hot.
But for all of our lives.
Cringe.
Do it?
Wi-Fi problems.
Could you give yourself?
So I'm gonna sacrifice myself for them or what? Because obviously I'm hot enough to stop.
the only option is to step into the beam. Let me pause here for a
Ouch.
second. What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Wait a second. Can I? Oh no, I can't. I wish I could turn the background noise a bit down and make his voice a bit louder. But at least we have
But when he first compiles
subtitles.
and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
Oops. Oh my god, it's a labyrinth. See
The
how
beam
I
causes you to start
suck.
floating. And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch,
Imaginary
but Coda
imaginary.
identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place, juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain. He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs. So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions. Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Oop. Can I move?
Yup, in this game you can only walk backwards.
Past was behind her. But
So
the
it's a
future
short
could not
and
be seen.
relatively minimalist experiment combining motion and narrative. It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused, more complete. Code is trying to give it a unique voice rather than simply basing it on a pre-existing trope.
Why does the future keep changing? When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. But if the future is always behind her, how will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
Cool
Which
concept,
for me
though.
is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Oop. I can go forward again. You're now entering.
And that's it. Okay,
Oh.
the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
If you say so.
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like this one at the start of his games. I wish I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Am I becoming slower?
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens. So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
Let's go. The game is nothing but giant blocks of text explaining what's happening.
A room that's warm and nice and filled with little ideas for games.
Damn.
Coda would often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that. It can be a very slow climb to get there.
Damn.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle. Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
No, I don't like puzzles. I suck at puzzles, guys. Wait. Okay, what's the point of this? Is anything here? What am I supposed to do? There's nothing except for smoke and eternal darkness. Can I get any hints of what I'm supposed to do? Would be really helpful.
Alright, let me just walk you through it. You're gonna hit the switch on the outside to open the door, then hit the same switch and walk through the door before it closes. You'll see a second switch on the inside, which will open the second door.
Oh,
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon. We're gonna see it.
all right. Let's do it.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve a puzzle, you get to the end. Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Oop. Let's go. Damn.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea. So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world. Either way, I think that the point is the same, is that most of the time you don't get to know what you're missing, or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player. So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
Oh, we're back. Let's go. Don't know why I'm so excited. You're now exiting? Wait. Okay, we're exiting. I can't enter. You're now exiting.
Aha! So, this, combined with the entering game from earlier, tells us that Coda believes his games are connected somehow. It could even be that the Stairs game and the puzzle game are literally connected in between this and the entering game. There's a bigger picture that all of his games are meant to play a role in, some larger meaning that we won't be able to grasp until we've seen all of them. And once we have, we can step back and start to understand what exactly that bigger picture is.
Dream house. I definitely would love to live in the middle
Let's talk
of
about video game
nowhere.
development for a second. Every video game runs on what's called an engine, which determines what the game can and cannot do. So in other words, the engine is a set of tools for game development. To make all of these games, Coda is using an engine called Source. Like all engines, Source has certain things that it does well, and it has certain things that it does poorly. One of the things that it does very well is boxy linear corridors. That's why so many of Coda's games are set in these large, flat, empty rooms.
Wait,
is just because
can I-
he's working with what the engine does well.
Yay.
The tools available to the creator shape what kinds of creative work they're going to end up making. You might consider paying attention to the architecture in Coda's games, to notice how they seem to stem from an engine that's very good at producing linear, boxy corridors.
Oh my god. That was a big jump. Where am I even going? Oops. I almost fell down. I feel like I was supposed to look up there. But hey, I really wanted to jump down here, I'm sorry. Oops, oops. Oh. There's a room here. It's giving a House of Leaves cover. Wait, it's giving even more House of Leaves if you consider that this is low-key part of the house, so the house is bigger on the inside than the outside. I'm so smart and different. What's happening? I'm getting locked up.
Funny enough, in Coda's original design, the doors stayed shut for a full hour before letting you go. If you don't mind, I think we're gonna skip that.
Thank you.
This is something that he and I used to argue about a lot. You know,
No, I
whether a
can't
game
go.
ought to actually be playable, whether it means anything if no one can get through it. And I would always defend that, you know, all this work goes into the game, why not make it playable and accessible? And so we just got into heated arguments over it, and there was one time that after one of these conversations, he went home, and a day or two later, he sent me a zip file entitled Playable Games that was full of hundreds of individual games, each of which was just an empty box that you walked around in and nothing else. Believe me, I played every single one of those just to find out if there was like a gag hidden somewhere. There wasn't.
Damn. How boring. Ooh. The sky.
It's the puzzle again.
Yes!
With the exact same solution as the last time. There's still no clear indication of what makes this puzzle so special that Coda is going to return to it over and over. But I promise I'll share with you my interpretation very shortly.
Alright.
Here, Coda begins using a kind of dialogue system that he fashioned out of the engine's chat capabilities. Use the 1, 2, 3 buttons on your keyboard to respond.
Damn. Yeah, I was there. Yes, I had to go through the puzzle. Oh. That's interesting. I can't tell them the solution. I can't let them get up there. Yeah, you don't want to go up there. It's so boring and stuff. Damn. So that's it for the dialogue? Okay. Oh. Hey buddies. Oops. No, I've been here the entire time. You just never noticed me. Where are they? Oh, they don't answer that. Anyways, I'm going down
And so we make one last
stairs
ascent
once more.
down to the final floor of the level.
Another house? Oh, that really looks similar to the back rooms
It's a
thing.
lamppost. Okay, I can't tell you quite why, but for some reason Coda fixates on this lamppost. It's going to appear at the end of every single one of his games from here on out. I'll tell you what I think. I think that up to this point, he's been making really strange and abstract games with no clear purpose, and maybe you can only float around in that headspace for so long. Because now he wants something to hold on to. He wants a reference point. He wants the work to be leading to something. He wants a destination, which is what this lamppost is. It's a destination. We're going to see it in the work as well. His games are just going to become a lot more cohesive, a lot more fully developed, with more of a clear idea behind them.
Yippee.
And as we go, that idea will get clearer and clearer and clearer.
No, I like it here. This game is connected to the internet. As you walk around, you can leave notes. All notes you see are left by other players. Oh my god. Nice room. Not.
So first off, I'm sure you can deduce this,
How do
but
you
this
beat
game
this
is not
game?
connected to the internet. All of the notes that you're going to see have been written by Coda. This was actually the first game of his that I ever played. This was shortly after I met him at a weekend game jam in Sacramento, where I grew up. I saw him working on this very level, and it was just so different from anything that anyone else was doing. So right away I was like, I have to be friends with this person. In retrospect, I think I was probably a bit too pushy trying to get his attention. I was over enthusiastic. But he was very gracious about it and very patient with me. And I cooled off eventually. Oh, feel free to skip over any of these notes if they're not doing anything for you. Nothing extra is going to happen if you read all of them. Either way,
I don't
to
like
me,
that
they
he
convey a
says
sense
that
of
because I have the
loneliness.
feeling that
I see
reading
this
all of
person
them
who's filled
is
with
gonna be
thoughts
doing something
and
extra.
feelings and beliefs, and has no way to express them except as scattered and unheard voices in a game that wasn't meant to be played. But it's ironic, isn't it, that in playing this game and seeing how alone Coda often felt, that we get to know him better and actually kind of connect with him. And I have to be honest with you, this idea is really seductive to me. That I could just play someone's game and see the voices in their head and get to know them better and have to do less of the messy in-person socializing. I could just get to know you through your work. I think this is why I always liked Coda's games so much, is because it felt like they let me have that connection. I felt as though he was inviting me personally into his world. And then I feel less lonely too.
How is there wood and grass and concrete here? What the fuck? We're not gonna comment on that one. I'm king of the world. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm already queen of the world, so... yeah. Sorry, not sorry. How do I get over there? It's kind of cool to know that, that Coda wrote all of these notes themselves. So it's like, you know, even though all of these notes are fake, compared to the other, like, mini games before this one, it feels more real, you know, because there's no actual people, and not even those weird green box headed people from earlier. But somehow this whole note thing here makes it feel like there actually is someone, you know? I think I might be able to go down there and then up this whole thing and then back down here. Kinda wanna read all the notes. Oops. I can't run. Why can't I run? Okay, I can't. Over here looks kind of boring though, but I'm going there. There's nothing here, go back. Don't listen to that guy. A free t-shirt. Door open. Open sesame. Makes game. Includes door. Cannot open door. Thanks. Oh yeah, we can go down. Oh, a painting. New room. Yes. I would like very much to be desired. Alright. It's not very crowded here. That's... I don't know about that. Looks pretty crowded to me. A game where you leave notes and suddenly everyone's a poet. Anyways, we're just gonna ignore that. If I'd write anything here. Ooh, I can jump over there. Take my hand, let's jump together. I would love to. Let me go to the painting, please. Can I go over there? Cabbage shapes our nation. Alright, buddy. What is that painting? That's a good question. Very good game, I agree. I need someone to talk to them. Is it kind of the point that they're starting to get more and more like venti? Don't listen to the other notes, okay, buddy? Whatever you say, I definitely will listen to you. I'm not safe. Damn. I like that painting. It's pretty basic, but it's just shapes and colors. Shapes and colors are kind of pretty cool, guys. I saw a person walking down there. Now it won't come back. I swear, one thought that I had earlier, it would be so creepy in this game because there's like nothing, and it's, you know, Source engine games are also kind of like automatically creepier just because they're made on that engine. Like there was someone, I saw a video where someone was talking about how Source engine games give you that weird feeling of like loneliness stuff. I forgot what it was called specifically, what they talked about. There was like a word for this feeling that you get when like games when you're like playing games and you're sure that you're alone and stuff, but they use like traffic sounds, bird sounds, and whatever stuff like that in the background to make it feel like there's other people and like there's just something there. And it's so weird because you can hear people, you can hear stuff happening, but you just don't see anything. Yeah, I'm not very good at explaining that, but this game kind of feels like that in a way. Painting, what does it mean? Whoever made this has issues. Who? The someone who made the painting, or you who wrote this? Specify that, please. Who are all of you? Well, I'm the coolest woman alive. Sorry to break it to you. It's about how this game is pretentious, and you all suck. Maybe I'll feel real someday. Damn. Stop pretending you are other people. I think that's kind of a fun note with how, you know, Coda wrote all of these notes and then he also wrote that one. We will all die someday. Yeah, we will. Oh, I'm trying to speak. Art. Damn, I'm crazy that you think that that's art. I would have never thought about that. I think it's about how things look messy from up close and perfect from far away. I don't want to fall down there. No, I don't think so. I think it looks messy either way. The distance is not changing anything. That's just dots. And those dots don't really form a picture. Fake news, bro. Spoilers, it doesn't mean anything. Cabbage shapes our nation. From up here it just looks like dots. Well, from further away it also just looks like dots. I don't think it's gonna make a picture no matter how far away you go because I can't see it. Maybe that's a me problem though. He was, himself, the most horrible creature he could imagine. Damn. That's the poets they've been talking about. Well, I'm here now. Me too. Yeah, we're all here now. There must be a reason for it, though. His terrible secret, he kept it well. I beat the game! No, you didn't. Stop spreading fake news. More room? I
At the end
sure
of this
hope so.
level, we're going to see the puzzle again. And here, I'll tell you what I think the puzzle means.
Oh.
Each of these games represents an idea that was on Coda's mind at the time that he was making it. And the puzzle is a way of closing the door on a previous chapter of his life before moving on to the next one.
Why are there whispers? Can the voices in my head please keep quiet for once? Escape. Escape. Need an escape. He cut it up and spread it between worlds. Almost there. I've seen everything. I have traveled the world. I have never told anyone. I wish there were notes in the real world. Well, become one with this spiraling nonsense. We're already going crazy, guys. Downward, keep
In
digging.
each of his games, after exploring a theme that, he might find difficult, Coda can then place this puzzle that he knows has a reliable solution, he understands exactly how it works, and so it gives him a simple mechanism for moving on.
You can close your eyes and wish for it really bad. Almost at the end. Oh. Door. Does this puzzle have a solution? Yes, it does. Help. Help. Shit, you saw a developer. Answer, please.
And because there's this dark area between the doors, a space between spaces, before you move on, you get to
No
pause.
answer.
Just
There
for a
is no
moment,
second
a
switch.
few seconds
It's
to
fake
reflect
news.
on and let go of the events that led you here. To step back and connect the pieces together. To grasp at that elusive bigger picture.
Does this bigger picture also have something to do with the artwork, with the dots all over it? Oh, I don't like the sounds that are going on. How do you leave notes? Well, I guess you figured it out. Why aren't they moving, but they're making sounds? Talk to me, please. Speak, 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 speak.
Okay, this one is tough. It's gonna kind of just spin its own wheels for a few
That's a
minutes.
wild
Hang with it.
title for a game. What a nice view. I'm kind of jealous. I don't have that view. Damn, the music. Kind of fire, not gonna lie. I also really like this wall design here. Just circles, glowing circles. Pretty simple, but pretty nice.
See, like, this is it. The whole game. And there's nothing that's particularly interesting about it. You just walk to the end of a hallway. Except, for some reason, Coda gets really fixated on this prison that has all of this modern furniture. And I don't know why, but he decides he needs to revisit this prison. He's gonna start over, use the same assets, turn it into something else. Okay, cool. Here's version 2.
Oh. What furniture ought to go in the center of the room? Oh my god, I like all of these options. A TV with surround sound, a refrigerator, or a giant hole in the ground. Honestly, personally, I really like the idea of just having a fridge in the middle of the room. Yes, please. That's not a fridge. But along the wall of the room, huge picture of a horse, washing machine, 10 stoves lined up along the wall. Hell yeah. Oops. That's false advertisement. Lights. Turn the lights on. Isn't that here already a table? Yeah, I'm pretty sure none of my choices are making a difference because I'm not seeing a fridge anywhere. So disappointing. That's not even really a table.
There's a bit more to this one, but still, it's not really communicating anything. It's kind of just weird for weirdness' sake.
I can go here.
So, okay,
No.
he throws it out and starts over. This time he comes at the prison idea from a different direction.
Please walk forward. What if I walk backwards? Oh, I can't. Of course I can't. This guide will enable you to escape any prison environment. Follow the instructions carefully. Take care that you remember each step. Guys, I will definitely forget each step. Click on this table. Turn the photo frame. Table. Photo frame. Table, photo, floor lamp. Set. Off. On. Lights. Sofa. Oh my god, this is too much. Shelves. That's it. In a real prison, the escape will now open. Return to the start to be taken back to your prison. Okay, so like, I'm supposed to remember that. Give me a second. What did we even start with? Wait, this. Something I forgot. Picture, lamp, sofa, shelves. Picture, lamp, sofa, shelves. Picture, lamp, sofa, shelves. Picture, lamp, sofa, shelves. Picture, lamps, sofa, shelves.
And of course, now the table is gone and you can't begin the chain of events to escape.
Oh yeah, the table.
Here's a version where there are no bars, but you can't actually get to the well. And then a version where the inside of the prison is the outside and the outside is the inside.
Damn.
Let me just blink you real quick through a few more of these. I mean, he really unloaded on this prison idea. There's nearly a dozen of them. Personally, I think it's awful to watch this. To see a person basically unraveling through their work. And for what? Like, at what point do you just go, maybe there are game ideas other than this prison that I could be working on? But Coda doesn't have that voice telling you to stop. That particular mechanism of defense against yourself. Without it, you just spiral. And so he keeps going and going and going and going and going, and then he hits on something. And he likes it. And that's it. He's done. He stops making prisons.
I mean...
This is the very last version of the prison game that he created. And the reason I think it works is that the prison is not actually in it.
Okay, the last prison game without a prison? Damn. I mean, isn't it kind of somewhat relatable if you make games that you just go with an idea, do it like 1,000 times over again, and then somehow you end up making something that you actually like? At least that's what I think some game developers do. Let's go. Not the creepy sounds. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in this prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows.
Oh, I'm so glad to know that I
But
can
the irony
get
is that
out
even
eventually.
in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting what being in the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way I kind of miss being in the prison. Yeah, Jelly Stream. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. I feel like the first options are always kind of the good ones. Really? How long has it been since you got out? Only a few minutes, for being honest. But this is the worst, most desperate thing I've ever been through. How could you possibly forget it? Damn. You don't ever forget it, you just stop identifying with it. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? Oh no, you only have 6%. Damn. Yeah, your phone doesn't like you watching the stream. You know, the whole phone industry is against me, actually. They see, damn, someone clicked on Jelly's stream, time to let that phone run out. Oh, I can say no, I did not get a call, or yes, I did get a call. You were cooking? What were you cooking? I wanna know. I wanna have a call loop. That's why I'm saying yes, I did get a call. Because that would be cool. What did they tell you? What did you have to do to get all out? Just talk to me for a while. Why are there like such scary sounds? There's not even anything scary really happening. What? That freed you? How does that work? It will make sense. It won't, but keep on hoping. Pasta? I love pasta. Pasta is always good. I will be here for as long as you need. Yippee.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I guess so.
So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
Oh. You know, if EA made this, the snow here would cost extra, probably. Like, a lot.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle.
Coda
with the
even
two doors on either
included
side
3
and a dark
seasons.
transitional space
Damn.
between.
That Coke, or whatever it is, doesn't look very healthy to me. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Though I might be having to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been.
You'll notice that the quality
Everyone
of the art
knows
is a step up
lonesome
from the previous
hands
game,
make lousy
including
homes.
this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
Damn. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. A place this nice, I'll be glad to stay here all night. Well, now you might be getting a little ahead of yourself there, no? Why don't we start cleaning and then you decide whether you could do it all night? I finish up here. In the meantime, could you please clear that table? Can I... How do I clean the table? Oh, that table, I thought. I'm sorry guys, I'm stupid. Oh, that was quick. Much nicer. That's the table I want to see. Now would you please run into the bedroom and make the bed? Yo! Where's the bedroom? Okay, that doesn't look very bedroom to me. Oh, I wish real life would also work like this. Like, I just touch my bed and it's just already made. Straighten the rug. All the little details matter. Do you enjoy being a house cleaner? I know I wouldn't. Well, I don't enjoy it so much as I need it. When I'm working, I feel a kind of calm that rests in the pit of my ribcage. That's a weird wording. My soul just can't be soothed any other way, it seems. Which I guess is about all that matters. Oh, that and the tidy couch. Would you straighten the pillows on the sofa out here? Of course. That's very little pillows for a couch this big. Oh dear, looks like someone spilled a drink over by the couch. Maybe mop that up as long as you're over there. I feel compelled to share an incredible cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. Come on. No. No, it was stupid, sorry. Never mind. Hey, these dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Let's go. Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best as you can? No need to be perfect, we're all just human. No front, I don't mind like cleaning and stuff, but like... See, you're a house cleaner. Why am I doing your job? No, even though you're the one getting paid for this. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Maybe. How does your bookshelf even end up like that? No front, but like, you only take out one book to read, or like maybe 5. If you take out a couple of them, why don't you just put them back in the place where they have been? Oh, so much nicer. Perfect. Now then, how about you come and clear these dishes off the table?
This house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
No, it's over, isn't it? Do I just have to do the dishes again? Honestly, I don't really enjoy cleaning, but somehow this is kind of fun. Do these chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you have absolutely got to own it. Otherwise, it owns you. So why don't we be with the task at hand and leave the future chores to future
I
you?
know that Kuda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Damn. Imagine your friend calls you and is like, yo bro, I just make this peak game. Like, maybe you don't get it, but I just made a whole little game about doing chores. Trust me, it's fine. Okay. Present you wants to smooth out the rug in the bedroom. Believe it or not, trust me on this one. Yeah, I guess I do. Looks like the tub has gotten rather dirty. Would you mind tidying it up a bit? Alrighty, once again. Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I feel so weird about saying that. Yeah, I guess it just feels weird saying something like that. Anyway, so housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books, would you please clean up the books? Thanks. Let's go. I love cleaning.
I'm glad he made this. I'm glad he found.
Are there any cool books? I don't think so. Couch, pillows once again. Question. Do you enjoy this?
It can't last.
No, 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 I like
The hill
this.
is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
But I like this. Doing chores was never this fun. I want to stay here for a little longer. Okay, this house, kinda nice, but I wouldn't like having this much windows in my bedroom. With these creepy trees in the background. No thanks. I don't want to go outside. Oh. Well, I guess I also wouldn't like my walls to suddenly disappear. Don't know about you guys, but I prefer to keep my walls. Anyways, up we go. Oh my god.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Maybe it is, maybe it isn't.
This one gets a bit goofy.
I mean, why did you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. You came here to become perfect. You came here... Okay, sorry, I read that again. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly. This is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy. Being perfect is effortless. Oh. Walls only limit you. I miss the good old days when people slept outside in the cold. Same.
Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
No, who needs walls when you can just sleep outside wherever you want? Anyways, this audience couldn't be me, by the way, because I'm the most perfect person there is, obviously, so like, guys, I really don't relate. Whoa. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? On the way to work, I told an elderly person to start contributing to society. Kids should not follow their dreams. I don't want to bully elderly people or kids, so I'm going with the first option. This is the key. How do I achieve it with no effort? Oh, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, then it's not the right answer. Thanks goodness all of you perceive me as being wise and intelligent. Drinking is not hurting my life. You're torturing yourself trying to find the right solutions for your life. You're not doing it right. I low-key want to say the first one, it's too... Do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. Seek out only one thing. What is the easiest, simplest path forward? I'm developing a cyst. Guys, obviously it's the first option, because if you don't love me, then you low-key failed in life. No, we're going to... I already said something goofy. I swear these options. Just kidding. I want to do 3. Everyone run! Run from this supermassive black
I felt pretty
hole.
hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have.
Yeah, I always have a black
Assuming
hole
that
at the
some
back
other
of my
person
room.
is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this.
I'm
game a lot.
flawless, I don't relate.
This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any
Damn.
other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
No front to Coda, but it took him way longer than the other games. But why is the carpet the way it is? Why is it randomly like chopped off here, chopped off there? I feel like sometimes it's the details that matter. The carpet is triggering me. Why are there so many shelves? Nothing on them, especially. Stage. Oh, this... Honestly, this hallway specifically is really giving me Stanley Parable vibes. Oh my god, a theater! I love them. Oops. That kind of just scared me. Alright, the performance is beginning. Please, places please. In this scene you will be playing as me. We're at a gathering of professionals. First you'll start out leaning against this wall. Oh, yeah. Good, stay right there. Hi, welcome back. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Where's the bathroom? We're starting off with a really nonchalant hello. Hello. Hello, that's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her. Be a human being. Do it again. I'm super, super scared right now. I like you. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams? As in hopes and dreams? Like the song. Here are all of my hopes and dreams. No, no, no. That's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. I was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment. But I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feeling of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. No, talk to her again. Oh, that's fun. Wait. Oh my god, they make sounds. Anyways, that's not what I'm supposed to do. You must have worked really hard to get where you are. Oops. You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. Do you not realize how important this was for her? I'll never get another opportunity like that. I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. There. Oh. I'm in jail once again. All that metal there must be pretty expensive. And I don't know why I'm thinking about that. That's just a thought. Okay, yes, now this is working. This is what it was like.
Premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer.
Damn.
But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Damn. I must keep my eyes closed. How do I do this? Help, I'm blind. I'm not keeping my eyes closed. I'm sorry, I'm ruining this game. Please, someone talk to me. Oh no. Oh no, what is happening? Am I going to be killed by a giant door? No. Wait. I'm supposed to fix this?
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already. It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise.
Yeah, my eyes are open, but like... I feel like my opened eyes are not really helping. My work is always fun is definitely truthful. Oh, it's not. Damn. Okay, wait. What is truthful then? Can the door wait a little? I can't keep making these. Oh, that's the truth. I'm so good at this, guy. Star Wars, I don't...
Like I said, I was getting concerned.
I mean...
First off,
wait.
He's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So, where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
Aww.
His games are going to get more
okay,
desperate
keeps
from
talking.
here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
Okay, we have a break right now, hopefully. Yeah, with the Star Wars thing, honestly, guys, I haven't really watched Star Wars, but I don't remember there being a giant door mentioned as a character in Star Wars. What is this? Oh, a tree. Where did this island come from? That's a nice tree. Can I hug the tree? Hug. Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. Is the tree I just hugged talking to me? Alright. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? I'm trying to find this engine that used to protect me to start it again. There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Like that's the... I don't know what I'm even choosing. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I know where it is. It isn't far. Ocean? I need to see that to know why it stopped. I can take you to it, but there's a problem.
Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations. This one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Well, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Spirited Away? What are you doing here? Come along. I'll show it to
From my
you.
perspective at the time and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
I recognize this. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? First, you have to open the door. Now you have to close the first door. Alright. What's next? Now just press the switch here. Huh, that was simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
That's true. That was so simple. I can't believe I never solved it before this. We're getting to the point again that problems have simple solutions, but you like, you just don't wanna like accept the solutions type of thing. Oh my god. This looks so Stanley Parable. What is this deal? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Hey, I recognize this. I need to see it to know why it stopped. When I try to create, I feel empty. Where did this island come from? These are just words on some walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say that your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright, making games is effortless. Oops. That feels wonderful. Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. Keep saying that creation is easy. I'm constantly excited and enthusiastic about my work.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me.
Yeah.
I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering.
Damn. It's everything we said before. Every time I make something, I feel better about myself. Perfect. That feels fantastic.
What I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this,
Where's the
was
machine?
the worst thing for me.
Patience, you have to trust me. I promise this will work. Please continue. It always pays off eventually. Yes, more. Keep going.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it. I wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
I believe this unquestioningly. I'm a vessel for certainty. Oh. Incredible. That's it. I'm free. I'm free. Damn, actual human-looking beings.
After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Oh. The machine. Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. I intend to be quick, I intend to be quiet, I intend to be brutal. Quiet? I intend to be quiet. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press, so we might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing that you should know about this machine. It calls itself Coda. Why is Coda a machine now? I just ran into someone. Let's go. Hello, Coda. You stopped.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped feeding us. Your work was keeping us alive. Your work was keeping us healthy. alive? It was only because of your creations that any of us could make it through every day. You need to go to the people who are out there and apologize to them. Oops. I always accidentally jump because I'm used to pressing space so the text keeps going sometimes. No, nothing. Bro, threatening Coda to hurt it is crazy to me. It's just a machine. Alright then, I will speak to them for you. Oh. How do I... My followers, my friends... None of those? I don't know you guys. My followers because I would want to call the press my friends. I have a troubling revelation. The machine will not apologize to us. We'll find a way to live without it. We do not need its games. Let us show it that we are not failures. Oh. Can I just not destroy anything? But if I have to, I will destroy the games. Or whatever the machine created. Oh. We're back here once again. I got a gun. What do I do? Just... Oh. How would Coda be known forever if I'm just destroying Coda's work? Yay.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation.
Oh.
And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it.
Yep,
Because
you
it would never
could.
occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral?
Maybe.
Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
Can I go anywhere? Yeah. Yay. Oh. I can do
So I
that?
started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, And the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions.
Oh.
And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
Coda. Put down your weapon. How did I do it? No. Guys, I can do nothing. I cannot look around. I cannot move. I don't want to click, but I don't want to click, but I guess I have to because I can move, I can do anything.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need, to be told that my work is good, that I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good, like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy.
Why is he talking the way he does?
Beautifully happy.
I don't want to keep hurting the machine.
So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Did he stop making games because he doesn't want to make games anymore, or... I think you guys know what I'm thinking right now. That maybe he not only stopped making games.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
I mean, that's kind of also what towers do a bit there. Just like this tower too, like many towers, makes you feel kind of intimidated by its size and stuff.
This room actually has a maze in it.
Oops.
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this flashing and noise, so the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all.
Damn.
But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze.
Let's go. Damn, Coda really loved using stairs. That's what I'm getting.
It's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze? The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Oh. 1 5 1 6 1 7. Oh, sorry, I skipped it. 1 5 1 6 1 7. Oh. Let's go.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that.
Yay.
Was I a failure for not understanding this game?
No.
I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't.
How many more
I just felt so
stairs?
strongly that if I
Ooh,
could have
pink
connected with
lights.
him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
Damn.
Where did I screw up? I'm the reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Damn. Imagine finding that in a game, like your friend makes a game and you just play it and then suddenly it's like, Yeah, thanks for everything, but please not talk to me anymore. Ouch.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt. It felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable. And the people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a
Did you
moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
did you tell them it was his work? You've so infected my personal space that it's possible I did begin to plant solutions in my work somewhere hidden between games. If there was an answer, meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe. Would you stop changing my games? Stop adding lampposts to them? Wait a second. Coda didn't add lampposts. That was all Davy's work. Oh no. See, as I keep going, the exact feeling that I'm getting, I was already like starting to be like, damn, something's gotta be up with Coda, but like, I didn't think the narrator would play such a big role.
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people.
Would you simply
I
let
just
them
had to
be what they
with
are?
myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Would you simply let them be what they are? When I was around you, when I am around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet, which is fine. You're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you are wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
And when you finally see it, what I'm talking about, sir, don't say anything.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work, is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again, and I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please give me some of whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. And I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
Epilogue. Damn. Oh. Where the hell are we? A lot of doors.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease. Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons.
Who knows? Maybe he also just doesn't like being seen the way you see him. You never know.
Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Damn. Oh. Where are we?
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
I mean, isn't like everyone kind of driven by external validation to some point? It's just human.
What now?
As the leading game said, you don't need to be perfect, you're a human after all. Or something like that, I don't remember exactly what it said. Oh.
And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do. I
Yeah.
have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
Damn. Down we go. Oh. And up we go once again. I'm going so slow, oh my god. Why do I keep moving to the side? I'm walking forward, not going sideways. What is... I'm not asking any questions. What just happened with the walking sideways? Maybe I was just doing it unintentionally. Here we are, once again. Another glitch. Right. Yes. Damn. That was definitely an experience. Really started with like jumping down blocks and like, oh, this is kind of fun, and chores are also kind of fun, and suddenly it just turned into that. Honestly, like before I played this game, I thought it would be good because I heard that it should be good. I think I asked one of my friends before because they played it and they said it was really good. And I also thought it would be good because of the like Stanley Parable relation. But I guess it really was something. I just wanted to play something today mainly for like distraction and stuff, and that. Damn. Yeah, honestly, when I watch someone else someone else's playthrough and I'm at the point where I remember a game being really good and I mostly forgot everything about it. I really love when that happens because it's like, yeah, either I can play it myself or I can watch someone else play it and, hear their thoughts about it and stuff. I really like that. And I also really love where they like ended the game specifically because I feel like a problem a lot of games, not a lot of games, but quite some story based games have, um, that either they don't explain enough or don't like tell enough of the story or they over explain it. I think it can be quite hard to find like the perfect in between for a game's story. But I really like where they like left it at a point where you can interpret it kind of differently. I mean, you can think like that Davy just read too much into the games that Coda developed, or you can think that maybe it actually was what Coda meant, but Coda really didn't want anyone to understand it because, sometimes for some people it's that, you have the desire to talk to people about your problems and to like kind of be seen, but at the same time you don't like being seen by people. Like, I don't know, as an example, when you like open up to someone and like vent to them a little because something has been going on, and after you tell them, you kind of feel like you overshared and you feel embarrassed for telling them that type of thing. But I really liked the story. I think it was a really good game. And yeah, I hope I can play more games like this. And I also hope that people will continue making more games like this game. Like similar to it, inspired by it. Just generally like the whole concept that the beginner's guide and Stanley Parable follow is kind of cool because like you have a narrator person that talks to you, and it's like it somehow makes games really special when they really try to pull you in, like when they're really talking to you and not just about some characters and stuff, like fourth wall break type of stuff. I really love that. Yeah, so before I keep yapping way too long, that was The Beginner's Guide. Great game. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Yeah, it is relatable in a weird way because I feel like no matter like what you did, like no matter who you are, what you did in life and stuff like that, I feel like everyone can relate to Coda or Davy in some way, or maybe even both. It's like you kind of get it when like you're similar to Coda, like you struggle with something but don't know how to reach out to other people, or it also feels weird reaching out to them, or you're at Davy's side and it's like, you know, you're like spending time with a friend or whatever and you realize that they're not doing so well and you just don't know what to do. That really sucks. Like no matter who you relate to, like it's both a problem in its own way. So, as I said, that was the beginner's guide. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. And yeah, that's it for today. Bye bye. I hope you guys still have a great rest of the night, rest of the day, rest of whatever. And I hopefully see you guys again soon. Bye bye. Oops, wrong screen.